Now that you've learned how to print a letter with the Tracer Pro system, let's look at what goes into actually setting up those violations in the first place. For each individual violation, there are violation types and templates. The violation type is a category of a violation, something like a landscape. Violation template is the specific violation and the description and cure that you would like to use by default for that violation. So for instance, on a violation type of landscape, you might have mow lawn or rake leaves. And each one of these different violation templates will have a description and a cure associated with it. The violation settings tell the system how many days somebody has to correct a violation of that template. So for mowing their lawn, they may have 3 days to correct it. For raking their leaves, they might have 3 days to correct it. Whereas something more difficult to correct, something like a damaged siding on a house, you might give them 14 days. Now, to set up your violation types, you'll go to the Templates section of the website, and you'll click on Violation Types. By default, we provide you with 6 different types: animal, driveway, grounds, landscape, vehicle, and sign. Now these are standard violation types. They're the categories that we see the most often in homeowners associations. However, if you find that there's a type that isn't represented here, or violations that you see out in your community that don't fit into any of these categories, you can create new violation types for yourself. All you have to do is click the Add New button, type in a name for the type and a description of what types of violations would exist in this category, and then click Save. So in this case, let's say this is a demo violation type. I can click on the Save button, and now that 7th category, demo, has been created. So when I come in here and I've created my violation type, I now want to populate that type with certain violations. So let's say we go into the violation template section, again under templates just below the violation types, and as with the violation types, we provide you with some pre-populated options. In this case, we have, for grounds, we have trash, mailbox, and street numbers. Under landscape, we have mow lawn, weeds, and trees, and rake leaves. And we have default descriptions and cures to show up on the phone. Now, the important part about this is that when you select a violation type on the phone, when you're creating a violation for a homeowner out in the field, you'll have 2 drop-downs, your violation type and your violation template. Once you've selected your violation template, it will pre-populate the description and the cure for you with these description values and these cure values. So whatever you have put in here will automatically populate on the phone to save you the time of having to type it in yourself. And these values can also be put into the letter. In fact, all our letter templates take advantage of the description and the cure, the remedy, that are available here. Now, by default, we give you 20 specific violations. And if you want to, you can come in here and you can change violation descriptions and cures. Or if you find a violation type that doesn't, or a violation template that does not exist in this system. Let's say there's something like the roof of the house is dirty and needs to be power washed. So that doesn't quite fit into any of these grounds or driveway or landscape. So let's put that into our demo. So when we click on the Add New, we can now select the violation type that we want to create this violation in this case, demo. We'll make it a violation name that is clearly expressive of the problem, say dirty roof. And then your violation details will be your description of the problem. The remedy is most likely going to be a clear and obvious way to fix the problem, but just for the sake of the homeowner who's receiving the letter, we can put in a remedy. As you can see, I have no punctuation at the end of these sentences, and I am starting these sentences in lowercase letters. The reason for that is in our letter template, these fields, the description and the cure, will get populated into the center of a sentence, explaining the problem and explaining what the person needs to do to solve it. We've got the punctuation in the letter template itself, so the violation details and the violation remedy should not have any punctuation and should not start with a capital letter. So when you're creating this violation template, we've created the name, we've created the description and the cure, the remedy. We can now select which association we want to attach this violation template to and add it to the list of currently used associations. Once we click Save, that violation template now exists in the system. So when you go into the phone, you'll be able to click on Demo for the violation type, and you'll find Dirty Roof under the options. And when you select Dirty Roof, it will fill in these values into the description and the cure for that record. Now, on the phone, you'll be able to make changes to the description, make changes to the remedy to make it more customized to the problem that you're seeing. However, since you're able to take a picture with the tracer application, time and date stamped, that in and of itself says a lot. So you can get away with not having very detailed descriptions, very detailed remedies. You can even put into the description field, refer to the image on record or in the letter to see the problem. Some of our communities like to do that, some of them do not. Now, once you've set up your types and your templates, the only thing left is to set up the violation settings. And you can do that under Management, Violation Settings. And what you'll do is you'll select your association, you'll select your violation type, and the violation template you want to set the settings for. And you'll be able to come in here and you can set what number of cure days you want to give them. So I'm going to give them 14 days to fix the problem. And I can determine which level of notification I want to send out. By default, what we do is we send out the first notification, and then the next time you update the record, it moves that letter up to the second notification. Again, you go out, you do another inspection, you update this record a third time, and it moves up to the third level of notification. If you want it to stop at this point in the process, you can come in here and you can set the max notification to third notification, in which case every time you update the record after that third time, it will send out the third notification again. So if you have a violation template that you want to send out to somebody, but it's something that you would give them a warning, then maybe a stronger worded violation notice, followed up by a fine letter. And then the fine letter, you would just keep accruing fines until they fix the problem. That would be a perfect example of when you would want to use this and set it to a third notification. The first notification would be your courtesy notice letting them know of the problem and asking them to solve it. The second notification would be a more strongly worded violation notice letting them know that they have received a letter prior to this, but they have not corrected the problem, and if it goes on any longer, the next letter that they will receive will contain a fine. And then the third notice would give you a fine notice. It would let the person know that they have failed to correct this now twice, and it is time now that they be fined for the lack of corrective action. Once you've set the notification level to the notice level that you want it to be at, you can set a violation resolution contact full name. Now this is the person that you want this particular violation to be routed to in your office. So if somebody in your office is handling all the violations for a dirty roof, this is where you would put their name. Now, the bylaw reference number is a very short reference number letting the person who is receiving the letter know exactly which rule they broke. So for a dirty roof, maybe there's a bylaw reference number or a section of your community code of conduct that lets them know so they can refer back to that. This is where you would put that. And this is very important because if this is here, along with the violation contact full name, they will go into the letter as well. Once you've added all the information that you wish, you can click Save to save the violation settings for that violation. You can now use that template out in the field on your phone, or you can create violations right here on the website if you're in the office. For that, I'll refer you to our next video.